Hi, and welcome back to my channel. It's your host, Wonton Soup here, back with another Splatoon video. Sadly, Splatoon 2 updates will be coming to an end very soon, and I thought it would be the perfect time to talk about things I'd personally like to see in Splatoon 3. Now remember that this is just my opinion, and it may not be the exact thing that you want either, and that's fine, you know, it's just an opinion. You have yours, I have mine, that's perfectly fine, okay? Just thought I want to throw that in there, because some people sadly can't understand that. But without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is ranked modes. Now, I like all the modes in Splatoon, but if you play the game as much as I do, you eventually get bored of the same old Rainmakers, Splat Zones, etc. I'd like to see at least 3 new ranked modes when Splatoon 3 comes out. There's already data for 2 ranked modes in Splatoon 2 that haven't come out yet, and as for the third one, I personally would like to see a capture the flag type of game mode. There'd be multiple flags to grab, and if you got all of them or had more flags than the other team by the end of the match, you would win. Those modes would add a lot more variety to the game, which I think it desperately needs at this point. If they do add more ranked modes, then they would definitely need to change the rotation system, because it would probably be forever before you got a mode you want and good maps to play on. What I would like to see is that you could just choose what maps and modes you want to play, but knowing Nintendo, that's probably not going to end up happening. So instead, maybe they should have 3 ranked modes going on at once, and it just randomly shuffles in between the 3. And maps, on the other hand, instead of there just being 2 maps per rotation, there should probably be more like 4 to 5 maps per rotation. And while we're on the topic of maps, now what I want to see from the maps is some completely unique ideas. I felt like the maps in Splatoon 2 were kind of copies of the maps from the original game. The Reef and Urchin Underpass, New Albacore and Mahi Mahi Resort, just to name a few. In the next game, there should be completely new original maps. Like, imagine a map where you're on a snowy mountain, right? But in the middle of the match, there's a landslide that will kill you if you get hit by one of the rocks. But then again, that might interfere with ranked battles, and the competitive scene would probably not be very happy about that. How about a stage where there's a bunch of separate islands, and you have to super jump to each of the islands, and you can have like little 1v1s on the islands and try to claim the turf on them. Those are just a few ideas of maps I'd kind of like to see in the next game. Also, I would like to see a kind of Smash Ultimate approach where they bring back all the stages from both games. Unless your name's Skipper Pavilion or Salt Spray Rig. In that case, I want you to go jump into a blender, and then maybe by the time you come back out, you guys will be in an actual half-decent stage. Next thing I'd like to talk about is Salmon Run. I don't have a lot to say about Salmon Run, but just hear me out. Salmon Run is a great mode in Splatoon. The only problem is that they didn't really update the mode after the first few months. In the next game, they definitely need to add more bosses, more stages, and they just need to keep it interesting. Also, I've seen this idea going around of a competitive Salmon Run mode, and that honestly sounds like something that needs to happen. It would be really cool to be able to splat other players and then steal all their eggs. I'd also like to see a Salmon Run mode where it's kind of like the ZombiU multiplayer, where basically one player controls a bunch of salmonids and they send their salmonids onto the island, and then the 4 players have to try to defend themselves from the salmonids and get all the eggs and survive till the end of the time. Now, for the story mode, I definitely want to see some changes to the story. I really hope that the Great Zapfish doesn't get stolen again, or that DJ Octavio is the final boss. I'd rather see a story where maybe DJ Octavio is working for someone bigger than him. And I know the perfect character he would work for. Mr. Grizz. Imagine that! All the power eggs you collected from Mr. Grizz in the second game was a secret power source for some sort of mega super weapon that is going to destroy all of Inkopolis. And you'd have to fight against him in a combination of the Samnoids and Octolings and all the stages. I felt like the normal story mode for Splatoon 2 was just a bit too easy. They might be able to combine 2 stories, kind of like the Light and Dark stories in Sonic Adventure 2, where one story you play as the Inkling who does the more generic missions like you find in the regular story mode, and then the other story you control the Octoling that does more of the mission-based levels like in Octo Expansion. So yeah, that's really it for things I want to see in Splatoon 3. If there's anything I missed out on or anything that you'd like to see, I would love to get a discussion going on down in the comments below. Also, I am very sorry for not uploading recently. I'm kind of trying to expand my channel right now with all the different types of videos I can make. Now that I've finally gotten a computer and a capture card, I have so many possibilities with video ideas, and it's kind of overwhelming if I'm going to be honest. So, if you could please be patient with me while I try to find my footing with this channel, that'd be very much appreciated. Anyways, thank you guys all for sticking to the end, and if you did enjoy this, please consider hitting that like button. Serious? I mean, like button, and heck, maybe you even want to subscribe too. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!